Hey guys, Crewman here. Just wanted to give you an update of what my farm looks like right now. It's October 22nd, so it's about 5 weeks post-merge, and I wanted to give you guys an update as to what I'm doing. Just a picture of what everything looks like right now. So we'll start down here. I took my Polaris rig that I got pretty cheap, and it's offline obviously. It's getting cleaned up and I'm going to rebuild it. And I'm just going to let it sit. It's not worth selling right now. I mean, I could sell it and get what I made back, but I don't need the money, so I'm just going to hold on to it. My 3080/90 rig made some minor changes to it. I took the 90 out because and put it in a gaming rig so I can actually use it. I swapped out an 80 that I traded for an Xbox actually. So right now this is 780s. The plan right now is just to keep it. That might change if prices of graphics cards go down and I can turn these into more 3060 Ti's and 3070s. So we'll see. Other than that, you know, it's off, not much to show. Next one is my good old trusty rig that could, the EVGA 6 XC370s. They're just mining away, no changes. So this one used to be a 10 series rig. I actually sold off all the 10 series because they'll never be really worth mining again. Their efficiency is so bad, especially the 1080 Ti's. So I sold them to some gamers to, you know, help them out, help myself out too. This is a 1660 Super, and these are 3 8-gig Polaris cards. They're here. They're actually set up and ready to mine whenever that may come. I don't think I'll ever sell the 1660 because I paid $300 for it, which it was fine. It made its money. You know, mine its money back, and I sold all the other ones. So this is the only one I have, and I kind of like to keep it. There's a running joke in my Discord about 1660 Supers, and you know, kind of nostalgic for it. As far as the other ones go, it's a Strix and 2 XFSs. I might actually sell these. If I can replace them with like 5600s or 5600 XTs or like 5700 XTs, because those prices are going down as well. And these are basically holding what, you know, for gamers. So if I can sell these and replace them with those, I will. They'll stay off, but you know, that's my plan with this one. The next rig, this one has been gutted a little bit. I changed some rigs around. This used to have some 70 Ti's and some 80s. I moved the 70 Ti's into their own rig, which I'll get to shortly. And I sold the 90 to help cover the cost of my 4090, which I'll talk about, you know, later on, and I've already done a few videos about. So right now we've got 2 80 Founders, and then we've got a EVGA 80 and an 80 Ti. I'm gonna leave these for now. There's no reason to sell them. You know, they're ready to go. I'll mine with them when it's ready. It doesn't really feel like anything under a certain efficiency is worth turning on. I mean, let's get real. Nothing's worth turning on. But for me, in my position, I didn't really want the most inefficient things on. And these are these babies right now. So this is just sitting here, you know, for now, getting ready to mine when it becomes profitable again. So this rig I just turned on today. It is 3 60s and then 3 20 series. 2 of these are actually repaired, one by me and one I had someone do because it was a little out of my expertise. And it's mining away. The efficiency is pretty solid, so they're going to stay on. Next we've got my old Reliable. This is probably my most stable rig. This thing hasn't crashed in a year. Obviously it's been shut off every now and then, but this one is 4 70s and 2 60s. 2 launch day 60s actually. This is mining away, stable, it's great efficiency. Over here we've got, it's an 8 GPU rig. It's all 60s, TIs and 70s, along with 180 that eventually when I get another 60 Ti, I'm probably just gonna move the 80 into here and shut it off. But for now it wasn't worth shutting it off and just leaving it on. It's not gonna kill anything to run it. One of the biggest changes up here, we've got all of my 70 Ti's. They were floating around 4 different rigs, and I was like, you know what? It's just time to consolidate everything as I was shutting everything off. So we've got 3 Founders, 2 EVGAs, and 1 MSI Gaining X. They're mining away, everything's super stable. It's actually a great rig. I kind of wish I did this sooner. If I do shut off any more hash, this will probably be the next one to go. It's borderline in terms of efficiency that I'm happy with, but we're mining with it. Over here, we've got a 6800 and 6800 XT rig with a 5600 XT. I actually just shut this down. I felt like the 20 and 30 series rig was more efficient than this. As you guys all know, I'm mining ETC. I'll talk more about why in a little bit. And R-Mode wasn't really saving me that much. So I just felt like it was time to shut it down. So this one is off as of today. Over here, we've got a 6800 and 6700 XT rig. And there's only 2 6700 XTs in this. The goal, one of my eventual goals, I'm trying to get as many 6700 XTs as I can for the price I want. So I would like to move the 6800s and the XT out of this and refill it with 67s and turn it back on. So this one's off as well. Down here, we've got a 560 Ti 70 rig. When I get another 70 or 60 Ti for the right price, I'll fill it up on this. And it's got a 3900X mining Raptorium. I thought about switching it to other coins, but I'm just keeping it on Raptorium. There's really no reason to mess with it for me right now. Down here we've got Old Reliable 2.0, my Founders rig. I've had this for a long time. 70s and 60 Ti's. Probably had this for almost 2 years. Most of these are actually quite old, or I got them for a pretty good price. So anyway, this is mining away. It's efficient enough, and I'm going to keep it going. We've got this baby right here, a mix of 70 Ti or 70s and 60 Ti's. This one right here is I'm not really a big fan of. I might swap it out. The efficiency on it is kind of shit, as you can see over here, and you know, the hash sucks. I mean, actually, technically, the efficiency is not really bad because it's about 100 watts. But it gets errors, and you know, I've had problems with it. It's a launch day, 60 Ti, so it's made itself money back, you know, 5 times over. I might eventually sell it and replace it. I don't know, we'll see. And then finally, we've got my 70 or 6700 XT rig. This is 7 of them. It's 6 Founders and a power color. R-Mode works great in this one for some reason, and this is the efficiency that I love and I'd love more of. So, you know, if I could get more of these, I will. And here's another view of the farm. I've got about 3.5 gigahash out of the 7 that I own up on, so about half the farm. Everything I'm mining is ETC. Now, you know, I know people are mining Flux and Ergo and Yaxa and other coins. Honestly, you know, even NiceHash people are mining, but everything is all over the place. And I think that with all the ASICs on it, I know I'm not the most efficient, but if ETC goes 75% of the value it used to be, which it has done before, so it could again, I will be profitable at my electric rate. And the way my electric rate is set up, it doesn't make sense for me to fully shut off yet. So I'm going to keep going. You know, and like I said, it's really only been a full month without Ethereum, and really only half of this month as far as my billing cycle goes. So my plans are, as I was kind of alluding to, I'd like to get 6700 XTs along with any combo of 3060s, 3060 Ti's, and 3070s, depending on the price. The prices are starting to go down a little bit. And I'd like to maybe slowly power some more of them on. You know, I don't think I'll power on the big boys for quite a while. And I don't think I can't imagine I'll be powering on the Polaris anytime soon. If we're being honest, the plan is if mining ever goes back to where everything starts to sell for money again, I'll just dump the Polaris cards as fast as possible. You know, they it's funny, they made their money back. I bought them in January for about $60 a pop, and they mined enough ETC to justify the power, and I held it all. So if they go up, they'll have paid for themselves. And as far as the farm and why I haven't sold, my ROI, I've been mining since the end of 2020, so almost 2 years, and everything ROI, everything was return on initial investment. So I don't need the money. I've been selling some cards. I think I've sold like 5 so far to pay for things like 4090s, or to try to swap out for more efficient GPUs, or just to free up, just if I didn't think I would need it or the price didn't go up. But I've been pretty reserved as far as selling goes, and I'm pretty happy with the way everything is. One thing I have done is I was selling a lot of spare parts. I didn't think the motherboards would go up in value, and I thought they'd be easy to replace. So I sold most of my motherboards. I have 2, and obviously I have some rigs down. So frankly, I might even sell those 2, or sell 1 and just keep the ones I have. And I have some power supplies over there. But that's really it. I'm trying to lower my cost and not spend money on anything that I don't need. And if I'm not going to turn it on right now, I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I don't personally think prices are going to go down yet. I think the way it's been going, we only have about 23% of the miners still online, which I think is a little high. I think it needs to go down to about 15%, for the profits to start coming back, and it has to stay that way. We can't have miners turning back on. And I'm sure there's a lot of miners like me who will eventually turn back on, or will turn more of their farm back on and don't need to sell. So who knows how long it'll take to get to that point. But a lot of people have really terrible power rates. I'm at 10 cents, and I feel like I'm at the borderline of being able to do anything. And if I were to change my plan around, I'd go up to 14 cents, I'd be out of the game. So this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. I don't really, like I've already said, I don't really have any more plans for expansion. I'm just kind of hanging out. And I feel like I'm rambling now, so that's it. If anyone has any questions, let me know. And this is my update. I think I'll post another update in 2 weeks to a month, see how we're going. One final thing I would recommend, on Ether Mining, there's a post that shows this week in mining, where it gives you an update on the hash power and what's been going on since the merge. I would recommend reading it. It's a really great post. It's one of the few that I follow weekly, and it just gives you an idea of the state of the network. So that's it. Thank you all for watching, and Recruitment